You've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. Hits the three-pointer.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Here's McCollum. They kick it out to Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
They can see the ball handling ability of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Moves with precision, creates opportunities in pick-and-roll action. That's nice.
And Doris, no doubt about it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle. He can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Outside for Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And so Hartenstein nails both of them. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
The 3 from Holmgren. Drops in the 3.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Murray, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. McCollum's shot is off. Oklahoma City has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Pass to Hartenstein. From deep, Holmgren. Misi grabs the board. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. They get it again. Out to McCollum. There's the 3. And again, New Orleans no good. Thunder leading by 5. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, well, it's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully, we have a long runway together to figure things out. Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Back to Hartenstein. Wide open look. Out of bounds. It'll be Pelicans ball. There's 1:47 left in the first. Murray, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. McCollum. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. McCollum covering. Holmgren, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Counted. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Outside Murray. Kicks it out to Williamson. No luck on that one. Great D that time from Holmgren. Thunder leading by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 44 seconds left in the first quarter here. 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And it's Holmgren missing. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 8 so far. Oh, and a fast break for the Pelicans.
Oh, wow. I mean, he moves so well for a guy his size. Zion's ability to run and finish in transition is incredible.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's scooped up. And Hartenstein gets it to go.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Fires away from way outside. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Thunder. They're up by 4. After... And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Jones at small forward with Zion holding down the 4. Murray out there with C.J. McCollum. And it's Misi in at the center position. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Misses from short range.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Murray. McCollum with a screen on Dort. Back to McCollum. Outside Murray. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. 4-3. McCollum's shot is off. Thunder with a lead. SGA on the move. Zion Williamson grabs the miss.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting.
Oh, wow. Get out the way, Grant. Get out the way.
And nice muscle from Williamson, accepting the hit and finding a way to finish.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passing.
Wow! Zion! Mercy!
Yeah, and Williamson is an explosive athlete, remarkable at finishing off alley-oops.
Holmgren with a screen on McCollum. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander against Williamson. Holmgren with a screen on Williamson. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. He's missed 5 of his 8 attempts. Outside Murray. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. McCollum finds Murray. McCollum with a screen on Dort. Murray from outside nails it from beyond the arc. And now it's a 6-point New Orleans lead. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend. And now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Inside, Holmgren. Chet going to work inside.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
McCollum way outside. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Holmgren, the pass to Dort. 1:27 left in the second quarter. And the officials call the over the back. A little too aggressive there.
The way he was going over and through the man in front of him, he should have known the whistle was coming.
Well, silly foul. He realized it when it happened. That's where you'd like to see him show a little bit more discipline.
Murray's shot is good.
And Murray, lethal off the dribble, but can do it off the catch as well.
And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking at all three levels.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
Oh, Zion! Vicious!
And giving them what they want, the incredible dunking ability of Zion on full display.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's got 9. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
And the Pelicans going with a whole new group out there.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Here's Boston. Olynyk for 3. And again, it's New Orleans with a 3.
Olynyk giving the defense no time to react. Quick catch and shoot.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Hartenstein a screen. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Counted. Now 5 of 11 for the game.
For 3. Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Back to Alvarado. Goes up from the top of the key. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Good if it goes. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's New Orleans closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. We'll be right back after this word.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And on the floor for Mark Dagnall starting the second half. Isaiah Joe is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Alex Caruso. Then it's Kenrich Williams. And it's Williams in at the 5. And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you. Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Three-pointer. Rebound by Olynyk. New Orleans leading by 7. Now Alvarado. Pass to Olynyk. The 3 is up. Williams grabs the board.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Mitchell. It's hauled in by New Orleans. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Outside Olynyk from outside the arc. Nails it from 3. Olynyk's got 6.
Boy, Kelly Olynyk on balance, soft touch with the deep shot. Love his concentration.
Launches it. Offensive rebound.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
Hey, had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going. Pass to Boston. Fires the 3. Caruso grabs the board. And it's Caruso with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 8-point game. Drains the triple. Caruso's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Alvarado, the pass to Boston. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
What was the defense thinking? I mean, that's the wrong guy to leave open.
Caruso outside. Lets the three fly. Williams with the screen. Another shot. Caruso misses. New Orleans leading by 8. Outside Olynyk. And again, it's New Orleans with a 3.
I think you've got to crowd Olynyk. If you allow him to get into a shooting motion so comfortable.
Pass to Caruso. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Now Caruso. He's got a clear path. Yep, count it. Caruso's got his second basket on the night.
That'll definitely steal away some momentum, stripping them of the ball and then grabbing the bucket.
Boston, the pass to Alvarado. And the Pelicans hit again from deep.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And the basket by Joe.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Beyond the arc. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Offensive rebound, the kick to Olynyk. For 3. No good there.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Williams. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
And the Pelicans going with a whole new group out there. 34 seconds left in the third quarter here. And he lobs it up top. Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
The combo guard skills of McCollum. Not just a scorer, he's also a more than capable passer.
McCollum against Mitchell. Williams passes to Mitchell. Launches a 3. Drills it from deep. Mitchell's got 6 here in the quarter.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
McCollum with a screen on Dort. Murray passes to McCollum. With 1 on the clock. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Jones at small forward with Zion holding down the 4. C.J. McCollum is out there with Murray, and it's Messi in at the center position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Williamson passes to McCollum. Outside Jones, just 5 on the clock. Picked by Williamson. Oh, there's the alley! Up high and down it goes on the lob.
And Zion living up to his full potential tonight. He can be a terrifying matchup when he's playing with energy.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Got a piece of it. Murray deciding where to go with it. Dort with a steal. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Banked it in on the glass.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
McCollum pass to Jones. Here's Misi. Outside Murray. Williamson outside. Shot clock at 6. They kick it out to Murray. Over Dort. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Holmgren. The 3 is up. They get it back. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3-second violation. New Orleans ball.
The Pelicans lead by 6. Outside Murray. Murray, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. McCollum finds Murray. Off target with the 3. The Thunder have gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. And they'll get another chance. Here's the 3. Jones grabs the board.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
They grab their own miss. Williamson passes to McCollum, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Murray, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. McCollum's shot is off. Thunder trail by 6. Ooh, Gilgeous-Alexander turning on the Jets.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul of the game. Murray against Dort. Murray passes to McCollum. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
And he gets that one.
That's a big-time bucket. Lou Dort has unshakable confidence.
Murray, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. No one covering. McCollum's got 6 here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Outside Murray. From deep 3-point range. The rebound by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder have gotten just 3 of 9 shots to go in, struggling this 4th quarter. There's 49 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's New Orleans now. So far in the 4th, they've allowed just 6 points. And stolen by Williams. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with it. Dort for 3. The rebound by Murray. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. They held a 12-point lead earlier.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. First personal foul.
He gets the first, and that'll put him up by 9.
At the line for New Orleans.
And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
Would have been nice to drain them all, but he did enough to put this one in the bag.
it's New Orleans winning this one. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the music. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat
We have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup. In it forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. Sexton is the point. Clarkson is in it too. And it's Kessler in at the center position.
CJ has always had that uncanny ability to just land on his feet, kind of like a cat. He absorbs that contact and completes the play.
The shot by Clarkson, no good. And here's McCollum for three. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. McCollum's got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Jones against Collins. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
Markkanen a screen on McCollum. Clarkson, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on DeJounte Murray. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. The Pelicans have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's McCollum. Plays it up and banks it in. 9 points in the game so far.
Lots of ways that CJ can burn you right there. Super effective on the inside.
Sexton for 3. Messi grabs the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Jones kicks to Murray. They get it again. Takes the 3. The shot off that time. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And stolen by Murray. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Got that one up quick.
Love the assertive attitude from Jones, wanting to continue to improve in his jump shooting.
Markkanen passes to Kessler. Pass to Clarkson. Kessler is screen on McCollum. Back to Kessler. Just 5 to shoot. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Pelicans leading by 7. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Olreans.
Well, Willie Green had a few moments to share with me. He talked about the challenges that come with playing against Lauri Markkanen. Coach said you have to know where Lauri is at all times because he's so effective playing off the ball. He's a knockdown shooter and a smart cutter. And he moves extremely well for his size. This team's got a lot of respect for the mobile 7-footer. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Here's McCollum. After the made shot from John Collins. Well, we're talking about DeJounte Murray now. And Brent, what do you like most about his game?
Well, I like the tenacity that DeJounte brings to a game. I really feel like he ramps himself up for the biggest moments and wants to make the plays at the end of the game, whether that's scoring the basketball, passing the basketball, but really overriding that is defensively, wanting to be disruptive. So when you get a guy that competes at that high a level, that's what makes DeJounte Murray such an intriguing two-way player.
Right, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill. It's obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
Now, here's Sexton. Nothing on the board for 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
Well, Sexton's confidence growing now, knocking it down from the 3-point line. That's big.
And it's McCollum off the drive. An easy 2 points on the layup. McCollum's got 11 points.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Here's Williamson.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. Yeah, it's so fun to watch him get fancy on any finish. Zion again to the rack.
And Sexton slams it in.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Misi. Murray for 3. The putback. Kessler with the rebound. Jazz trail by 8. From deep, Collins. No good there. Good D by Jones. Outside for Murray. There's the triple. McCollum with the screen for Murray. Pass to McCollum. Outside for Murray. The second chance effort. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Pelicans lead by 10. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at the Pelicans' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. Sharing the wing spot, it's Clarkson and Markkanen. And it's Sexton in at the point. Murray, good.
Typically, Murray likes to get that shot off while he's dribbling, but in recent years, working on that catch-and-shoot situation.
And Brent, the Pelicans swept in the first round last year by the Thunder, and that Zion injury was very unfortunate and very untimely.
Oh, man, that was crushing. Williamson had 40 points in that play-in game, playing his best basketball, and then hurt very late in that contest. They really missed him, obviously, against OKC, and just bad luck for New Orleans last year.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. We thank you for your report. Here's Murray. Back to McCollum. From outside the arc. Rebound, Utah. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
McCollum with the screen on Collins. Williamson with it. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
Here's Sexton. Trailing by 5. Lets the 3 fly. The Jazz with another miss. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. There's a good screen. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Murray's got 6 points in the quarter.
And Murray right now just no settle in his offensive game.
Markkanen against Williamson. And here's Markkanen. He's got 6. The Jazz with another miss. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. And the dunk by Williamson. And Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctor.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
Murray outside. Outside, Jones. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists in the game.
The paint, that's where Jones likes to live, and that's where he's comfortable. He can use that length to his advantage.
Here's Clarkson. And again, it's Utah.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
New Orleans leading by 8. McCollum up top, defended by Sexton. Outside for Murray. Back to McCollum. Murray outside. Misses the 3. And so Sexton will bring it up for Utah. Here's Collins. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody.
Clarkson taking his time here. Shoots it. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Nisi's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Williamson finds McCollum. Williamson a screen on Markkanen. Loads it up for Williamson. An emphatic LU jam.
Taking flight, Zion doing what he does best, getting up off the ground and bringing it down.
Markkanen sets the pick for Sexton. Lays it up off the glass. Sexton's got 9.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
And so that's the end of the first half. Pelicans on top, up by 11. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
The Jazz 30. Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drumline. All right, they're speaking about the shot.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
Basket good. Filipowski's got his first points of the night. Pelicans leading by 9. And for Utah, Williams is out there with Filipowski. Then it's George, and it's Mikhailuk in at the 2 spot. Austin, no good. And for the Jazz, they're shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Austin the pass to Alvarado. Shoots the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Alvarado's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside, George fires the 3. The shot that time, not on target. Here's Alvarado, defended by George. Pass to Olynyk. From the arc. A rebound by the Jazz.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Changing ends quickly, he's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Smooth. And he sinks the layup. And the Pelicans lead by 10.
There's Murphy using that length inside.
And Jose Alvarado is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Mikhailuk. Pass to Filipowski. Deflected by Olynyk.
All the length of Kelly Olynyk helping to get that block.
Now Alvarado. New Orleans moving the ball around. Olynyk, a screen on George. Austin the pass to Olynyk. Pocket 6. Drills it from outside. Olynyk's got the lead up to 13 now for the Pelicans.
Well, Olynyk very capable from out there. We'll see how the defense reacts now.
And George kicks to Williams. Puts up a 3. Alvarado grabs the board.
You could see he wanted to get it back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the court.
Look out below. That finish.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. And George gets it to go.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
New Orleans leading by 13. Tipped away. George with the steal. The finish. And George with the stuff.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Austin the pass to Alvarado. Pass to Boston. Back to Alvarado. They grab their own miss. Here's Boston. Tries again. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Boston's got his first basket.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easy.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Here's George. And it's blocked. And now the Pelicans on the break. Pass to Olynyk. Here's Boston. Beyond the arc. Olynyk can't hit. Jazz trail by 13. Here's Mikhailuk. Boston grabs the miss. Back to Alvarado. Pass to Boston. Fires for 3. The shot, no good. Here's Mikhailuk. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans looking at a 13th. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Jones and Williamson in at the forward positions. Murray out there with McCollum. And it's Misi in at the 5. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. 5 on the clock. Jams it in off the great move.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Rejected by Murray.
Well, Murray timing that one right, and with that 6'10 wingspan, he can get to it.
The drive by Williamson. Murray with it. Now defended by Markkanen. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Murray, a screen on Sexton. Top of the key. And there's Murray on the assist by McCollum.
And that's where Murray can take his jump shot comfortably in the mid-range.
Outside for Sexton. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
And stolen by Sexton. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. Lobbed up there for Collins. It's stolen by Jones. One-on-one here. And there's the whistle. Called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
Cullen passes to Murray. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Collins against McCollum. Williamson outside. Jones sets the pick for Williamson. Pass to Nisi. Williamson with it. New Orleans moving the ball around. 3 on the clock. For 3, Murray. Excellent D there from Markkanen. And so Markkanen will bring it up for Utah. It's a 13-point game. Here's Collins. Kessler with it. 8 feet away. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
He's been accurate tonight. I think the best way for them to succeed is to get him more shots. Sounds simple, but it comes down to execution.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And then to catch and finish all in one motion. Stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. Sexton against Murray. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Stolen by Collins. Clarkson with the ball. Guarded by Murray.
And you're going to burn yourself when you get up that close to Clarkson. He's explosive.
They throw good. Clarkson. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
McCollum kicks to Murray. There's a screen by Murray. McCollum finds Murray. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The shot by Sexton, no good. New Orleans leading by 10. Loads it up for Williamson. And now here comes Collins leading the break. Stolen by Jones.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Pelicans.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for C.J. McCollum.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way, too.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Here's Kessler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Herbert Jones. First personal foul. Third team foul.
Good on the first, and that brings them within single digits.
Kessler taking 2
And he
shots.
cannot convert on the second. That misses.
the team struggling to come back, he really wanted all of those free throws.
And Jones with the stuff.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Three-pointer, Markkanen. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Now here's McCollum. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah.
And cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Here are the starters for Utah. Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. Sexton runs point with Clarkson at the 2. And it's Kessler in at the center position. Now here's Clarkson. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Good maneuver to get inside. Clarkson is sneaky.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Sexton. Hartenstein passes to Dort. Back to Hartenstein. 6 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Here's Sexton. Puts the move on. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very good players. If this core stays in place and gels and they can add to it a little bit, watch out for this Jazz team.
Now here's Sexton. Oh, they get a hand on it. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. The three-pointer off the mark. And stolen by Williams. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Dort finds Hartenstein. Over to the wing from deep. Holmgren. First shot won't go. The Jazz on offense. Trailing by 2. To the paint. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Defensive foul.
And that one misses.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league.
Now here's Sexton. And he's going for the oop here. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Throw it anywhere near Collins, he'll take care of the rest, putting his athleticism and length to perfect use.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. Clarkson against Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Rebounded by the Jazz.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layups.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Clarkson. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander on the assist by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
From deep three-point land, sinks it. What range from downtown. 11 points in the game.
Come on, man. If SGA is hitting that, it's good night.
Markkanen with a screen on Dort. Markkanen outside. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Williams on the wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the inside. Holmgren. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
Collins with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Kicks it out to Collins. Oh, he cranks it in! Right on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Goodness.
Whoa, did you see that? John Collins. A little bit of sauce on that slam.
From deep, Holmgren. Utah grabs the miss. Here's Clarkson. Solid defense from Williams. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma City. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And for the Thunder guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
On the floor for Utah, getting going in the second. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Clarkson the 2, and Markkanen is the 3. And it's Sexton in at the point guard position. 6 on the shot clock.
I mean, the effortless athleticism. You can see Clarkson loves rising up and dropping the hammer.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. And the 3 off target.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. There's the 3. Kessler with a rebound. Jazz trail by 3. Sexton with it. Guarded now by Williams. Markkanen with a screen on Williams. Oh, Williams with the block.
And Williams getting his timing just right on the block. Defending with purpose.
The 3 from Holmgren. That doesn't go either for Holmgren.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the bucket by Utah. Williams misses. Sexton looking around. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Utah trailing here. And it's Sexton on the take, and he dunks it down.
The nimbleness of Sexton on the drive makes him tough to stop. He can just squeeze right past you.
Kessler against Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And this is second attempt at the line tonight. And the technical free throw missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. Easy 2 for Holmgren.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Clarkson with the ball. And it's Dort picking him up. Markkanen with a screen on Dort. Pass to Markkanen. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Jazz?
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
Pass to Holmgren from behind the arc. Oh, the long ball from Holmgren.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Sexton rejected by Holmgren. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren. Here's Markkanen. And there's 1:45 left in the first half of basketball. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Well, Coach Lowry Markkanen, it's been an interesting study to watch his game continue to improve every year.
Yeah, it certainly has, Brian. You know, he was a complimentary player for quite a while, and then finally has developed into a primary offensive threat, and he has thrived.
It's good on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 1.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daignault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror. He sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And remember, despite a great start to his career, Colin Sexton was traded after his 4th year, Coach.
Yeah, well, Brian, seems like everybody gets traded at some point now, and Sexton has responded well to that deal. He understands it's not personal, it's a business. He deserves a lot of credit for what he's done.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, too. The team that traded you was also a team that wanted you in trade.
So true.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
Now here's Sexton. 6 points for him. Markkanen up top. Shot clock at 6. Back to Sexton. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Williams' shot is good.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Thunder out in front. They're up by 3. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You gotta give him credit.
Isaiah Joe is out there with Kenrich Williams. And then it's Alex Caruso, then it's Williams, and it's Mitchell in at the point guard. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Outside Joe, back to Mitchell. Down low. Outside Joe, fires from deep. Sinks it from distance. And the Thunder lead by 6.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Mikhailuk, the pass to George. From outside the arc, he drops it from range. George has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Mitchell against George. The kick out to Williams. Outside, Williams. Pass to Mitchell. Williams, a screen on George. And it's Mitchell, the miss.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And so it's Utah with it. It's a three-point game. Outside, Williams. Can't tie it up. That one misses. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Oklahoma City. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Stolen by Mitchell. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Caruso, pass to Williams. It's Williams, high post. Jacks up a 3. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Jazz trail by 3. George outside. Into the lane. And he converts the layup. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Caruso, the pass to Williams. The kick out to Williams. Caruso outside. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Here's Hendricks. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Jazz foul. Stanislav Mikhailuk. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Williams with the screen. Outside, Williams. Lets it go from deep. Williams. And the tip in on the offensive boards.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
There's a screen. It's George on the drive. Here's Mikhailuk. Checked by Mitchell. Here's George. And the bucket is good. George has got 7 points in the game.
And just muscling it in. George, very aggressive.
The 16th pick in last year's draft, Keontae George was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident.
Got a piece of it, and stolen by Williams. Pass to Hendricks for the lead. Williams grabs the board.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to have back. Those are the opportunities you have to convert.
Nice offense here. Close in. Great bet to go.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul of the game. So Oklahoma City ends up going with a new group. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So Utah ends up going with a new group. .34 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's Collins off the drive. The three from Sexton. Knocks down the triple. He's got 9.
I mean, Sexton can shoot from anywhere. Strong from beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with a screen on Sexton. SGA from distance.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Inside, and stolen by Williams. 3 quarters of play, and a close one here. Thunder out in front, up 3. speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Taking a look at the Jazz. Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. Sexton runs point with Clarkson at the 2. And it's Kessler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hartenstein, no good. And for the Jazz, they're shooting the rock at 58%. Clarkson passes to Markkanen. Nice move. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
And it's Utah with the ball. They trail by 3. Shot clock at 3. Markkanen misses. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Holmgren with a screen on Clarkson. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Collins with the rebound. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
One other thing I've liked is how assertive they've been on D, swatting a good number of shots away as a result.
Clarkson attacking. Dort against Collins. That one's good for 2.
The contact wasn't going to hold Collins down. He explodes into it and finds the shot.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. The kick out to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander against Sexton. Hartenstein with a screen on Sexton. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Offensive board. Hartenstein. And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it.
Remains Oklahoma City ball.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Second chance shot. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it.
But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
Allie, thank you. The Jazz have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Markkanen outside. Just 5 to shoot. And slammed it home. And the foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein.
And keeping his balance despite getting roughed up. Markkanen, excellent work to score and get to the line as well.
The Thunder have gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Gilgeous-Alexander against Kessler. And it's good for 2.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
Kessler, a screen on Holmgren. Collins goes in and then jammed down as he goes right over Chet Holmgren. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander against Markkanen. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go on the assist from Holmgren. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Collins with a screen on Dort. Dort against Clarkson. He takes it in. That one no good. Some solid defense from Williams. Dort outside. Holmgren with a screen on Sexton. Dort for three. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got 4 rebounds in the game. Markkanen against Gilgeous-Alexander. There's Markkanen. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
One other thing they've done very well has been scoring inside, just pounding and grinding down there.
Utah leading. Kessler with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. The three from Sexton. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. It's Dort on the wing. It's guarded by Markkanen. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder with another miss.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Markkanen, pass to Kessler. Count it!
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
To the inside. And it's good! And he's brought them within 2 points now!
And Shai's playmaking is really exceptional. Highlighted there with the perfect pass.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Holmgren against Collins.
And one of the bright young stars in this league. Collins is aggressive and he makes plays.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
Williams is like a vibe. I mean, this guy gets it. He knows they need points there, and he takes it upon himself to deliver.
Outside Sexton, and they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
There's 6 seconds left to play in the fourth. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's off on that one. And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Time, but eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, palm me a drink.
Teams going head-to-head tonight.
Kevin, we've got great athletes almost everywhere on the floor tonight. The play at the rim should be electric. Let's go.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Jones and Williamson in at the forward positions. Cohen is out there with Murray. And it's Misi in at the center, filling out the middle.
And yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Hartenstein. That's tipped. Pushing it up. Dort against Jones. Murray is screen on Holmgren. Shot clock at 5. McCollum. Outside for Murray. Off target from three-point range. Now the Thunder with it. Doors, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation, and rising star Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Now here's McCollum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And GA, what you have to admire about C.J. McCollum is he is the consummate pro.
Yeah, at this stage of his career, he's the adult in the room. And he's grown into a connector on the floor while still being that professional scorer.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Olreans.
Thanks. Mark Dagnall and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Now, he's concerned about a lot of things, but in particular, he's worried about how to deal with DeJounte Murray. Coach said he's an opportunist in transition. Everybody's got to get back after a miss, or he'll eat us alive. Sounds like the same thing we've heard from other coaches. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here's McCollum. Outside for Murray. Back to McCollum. Williamson with a screen from McCollum. Driving in. And the shot goes in.
Nice play by McCollum. So crafty with the ball in his hand.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Jones. McCollum outside. Pass to Murray. With the drive. Kicks it out to McCollum. That's in there. Murray with the assist. McCollum's got 7 points.
Yeah, McCollum is a real danger at the arc. He's an efficient long-range bomber.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Knocked loose. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Outside for Murray. Back to McCollum, and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Thunder trailing by 5. Outside Williams. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on Jones. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Holmgren. Lets it go with a 3. An offensive rebound. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Dort. No good from outside. Pelicans leading by 5. And here's McCollum for 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now here's Murray. Still without a basket. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Holmgren. This one for three. Good on the triple.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
Here's McCollum. 7 points in the game. There's 14 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now here's Murray. Shot clock at 6. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Pelicans lead by 7. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Pelicans?
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Jones and Williamson in at the forward position. DeJounte Murray is out there with McCollum, and it's Misi in at center. Gilgeous-Alexander against Jones. Inside, and stolen by Williamson.
What outstanding defensive anticipation and a poor decision passing.
And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Hartenstein finds Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Williamson. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Pelicans are putting the ball in Zion Williamson's hands. He said, I'm just playing chess within the game, seeing how the defense is guarding me. I'm going to pick my spots. My teammates trust me to make the right decision, but they also trust me to be me when that time is right. Kevin, I'll let you be you.
And I love when you are you, David. Thank you so much.
And Zion able to convert on that second chance opportunity.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Outside Williams. Five to shoot. The tray. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Murray kicks to McCollum. Back to Murray. Pass to McCollum. And here is Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from McCollum. And it's a 12-point New Orleans lead. And Greg, remember, in DeJounte Murray's rookie year, he played in the Western Conference Finals.
Murray was the youngest player in that series, playing 20 minutes a game, competing against the KD Steph Warriors. How about that for a welcome to the NBA?
And here is Williamson. After DeJounte Murray was able to get the triple.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is
a great dunk.
He's an athletic freak.
Wow.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
But confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. Williams for three. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league. And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by New Orleans.
Williamson, the pass to Murray. And the rejection by Holmgren. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Pelicans ball.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Murray outside. Clock at 6. From deep. Dort grabs the miss. Thunder trailing by 15. To the paint. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
And here's McCollum for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. McCollum's got 13.
McCollum has a nice feel for catch-and-shoot jumpers. That's a shot they want to create for him as much as possible.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Murray. 3-pointer. Again, the miss by Murray.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And you could see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Pass to Murray. McCollum with the screen on Holmgren. Over in the corner, Williamson. Lets it go from deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we'll be right back after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
They've got Mitchell. Williams is out there with Williams. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Joe in at the 3 spot. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Williams sets a screen for Caruso. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Joe. Second chance shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Pelicans ball.
Here's Alvarado. They set the pick. Pass to Boston. Back to Alvarado. Olynyk, a screen on Caruso. Alvarado passes to Olynyk. His 3-pointers off the mark. Under trailing by 16. Here's Caruso. 2 points. That one goes. And we see, as in baseball doors, the introduction of the pitch timer to increase the pace of play. Do you think the NBA is taking notice of that?
What I know, Kevin, unequivocally is the NBA is in a constant state of monitoring its product and how can it make it more fan-friendly. The only criticism to me that's redundant is the pace of reviews, and the league is trying to streamline that to the best of their ability.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Thunder. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back.
Yeah, easy call.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
That's good from Williams. So he gets them both. Pelicans leading by 12. Alvarado with it. Still yet to score. For 3, Olynyk. Rebound by Williams. The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Caruso, the pass to Williams, and he lays it straight in.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
Here's Alvarado. Covered by Mitchell. Pass to Olynyk. 6 on the shot clock. Olynyk, a screen on Mitchell. Here's Alvarado. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Mitchell. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Mitchell's got his second basket.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. They can use a bucket. To the left wing. Pass to Boston. And here's Olynyk from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Olynyk's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. It's stolen by Alvarado. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
On that attitude, growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. It's deflected, and they get it back. Oklahoma City moving it around. Joe can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Olynyk. They set the screen. Rebound by Williams. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the inside. It's good, and the New Orleans leaders cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Williams.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Now, Alvarado. No scoring in this one. And he drives in, and the dunk by Olynyk.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
It's his first trip to the line.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than accepted. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Murray for 3. Connects from three-point range. Murray's got 9. And so it's New Orleans in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. What a night they... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Jones and Williamson in at the forward position. C.J. McCollum out there with Murray. And it's Misi in at the 5. Murray against Holmgren. And here's McCollum for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he converts the layup.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
McCollum with the screen for Murray. Pass to McCollum. Back to Murray. Just 5 on the clock. Jones, the pass to McCollum. Williamson, the screen. The three-pointer, no good. Thunder trailing by 17. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. To the middle. Stolen by McCollum. Here we go, one-on-one. Kicks it out to Williamson. Back to Murray. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Knocks it loose. Here's Misi. Kicks it out to McCollum. On the wing, Murray. He's guarded by Williams. And a wide open look for McCollum. Drains it from beyond the arc. McCollum's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Pelicans. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for New Orleans.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Free throw good, George.
What we know about Lou Dort is this guy is an excellent defender. He's got size, strength, versatility. You can basically throw him at the other team's best offensive weapon night after night.
Holmgren with the steal. That one goes. Count it.
And just willing to take chances defensively pays off in a transition basket.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Jones, no one around him. That's in, coming off the assist from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. McCollum against Dort. Nobody near Williams. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Murray, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Murray penetrating. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now defended by McCollum. And that one drops.
Boy, that is a heads-up play right there by Lou Dort. He sees an opening and gets the ball exactly where it needs to go.
McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. McCollum looking it over. Outside for Murray. Pass to McCollum. From downtown, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Thunder trailing by 14.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for New Orleans.
look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for C.J. McCollum.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
And here's McCollum for three, and Holmgren pulls it down. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Let's remember, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 6'6", so getting on the interior is not a problem.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty...
A look at the starting. Group for the Pelicans. Jones at small forward with Zion holding down the four. C.J. McCollum is out there with DeJounte Murray. And it's Misi in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for Utah, Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Sexton runs point with Clarkson at the 2. And it's Markkanen in at the 3, the small forward. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Now here's Clarkson. Collins outside. Tipped away. Williamson up top. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assist. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
Now here's Sexton. Knocks it down from distance.
Well, Sexton feeling it now and getting it going from the three-point line.
McCollum outside. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Markkanen with a screen on Murray. Sexton finds Markkanen. To the paint. And stolen by Jones. Williamson outside. Pass to Misi. Now here's McCollum. He's got 5. Outside Murray. Clock at 6. Back to McCollum. And it's Murray off the drive. That's in. Coming off an assist from McCollum.
Murray just getting by him in a flash.
Collins passes to Sexton. McCollum against Clarkson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
You got to bring more fire than that to stop Clarkson. He's a pro at fending off tight defense.
McCollum looking it over. Crafty move. Kicks it out to Williamson. No good with the triple. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 1. McCollum's shot is off.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Kessler, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. John Collins is fitting nicely on the Jazz, and Coach Will Hardy said he's given us a huge lift on the offensive end. He's a tough cover, the way he's able to mix up popping and rolling. The defense can't prepare for just one thing. It makes him a dynamic threat.
Able to score on multiple levels, Allie. Thank you. Here's McCollum following the bucket by the Jazz. Murray, a screen on Sexton. McCollum with it, and Clarkson picks him up defensively. Shot's good by McCollum.
Well, C.J. McCollum can score in a lot of ways. Coming off of screens, playing with the ball, spot-up three-point shooting. Just a variety of ways to produce.
Now here's Clarkson on the wing. Sexton. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
The closer Sexton gets to the basket, the more dangerous he can become, and the defense has got to recognize that.
Picked by Murray. Here's McCollum. Here he goes. And he banks in the layup. McCollum's got 9 points. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
Clarkson finds Markkanen. Over Williamson. Here's Kessler. So it'll be 2 free throws. And they're not happy with the call here. Coach is given the signal.
Team foul. At the line for 2. Kessler.
We were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Here's McCollum. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
CJ has always had that uncanny ability to just land on his feet, kind of like a cat. He absorbs that contact and completes the play.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. Just 3 on the clock. And the layup is up and in. Well, it's certainly been a roller coaster ride.
You do me one, I'll do you one better. It feels like we have a lead change every few possessions.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what stands out to you from Utah in this one?
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Markkanen and Collins the 3 and 4. Sexton runs point with Clarkson at the 2. And it's Kessler in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Murray passes to McCollum. 5 on the clock. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
On target from range.
Just a lights-out shooter. Focus from Lowry is great.
Well, Brent, after ups and downs, it seemed like New Orleans is really trending in the right direction.
Now, their path has not always been easy. It's a bit indicative of the city itself. It's a resilient place with resilient people that take a lot of pride in the comeback. So this team has had personnel changes, coaching changes, injuries, but the Pelicans have certainly become a team in the past couple seasons where the future is much brighter than its past. Sexton as a guard, making that look so pretty.
Murray against Clarkson. Murray passes to McCollum. Murray, a screen on Sexton. Back to Murray. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
If guys are getting points inside, that's a bad sign for the defense, so you don't want to allow too much penetration, especially from DeJounte.
Clarkson. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Outside Murray. Driving in. Up and in on the layup. And now a 3-point New Orleans lead.
one of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Murray against Sexton. Clarkson outside. From downtown, Zion Williamson grabs the miss. The Pelicans lead by 3. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Outside Murray. Launches it. Gets the 3 ball to go. Murray's got 12 points in the game.
Well, Murray's got the range. It's the consistency he's looking for.
Clarkson against McCollum. Clarkson passes to Markkanen. Solid as a rock from 20 feet out. Give him 8. Brent, how much importance do you put on coaching at the pro level?
Well, B.A., it's huge, and I think the best coaches in the league are the best relationship builders. I mean, it's not about the tactics. Everybody's running the same plays and trying to take advantage of the same things. It really comes down to the connectivity between the coach and understanding each and every player you have on your team.
McCollum with it, and Clarkson picks him up defensively. And stolen by Sexton. Pass to Markkanen. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And the ball out of play. The Pelicans will have it. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. And he makes it.
I wish McCollum would sell microwaves because I'd buy one. That's what he does. He heats up in a hurry.
52 seconds left in the second. And here's Collins for 3. The Pelicans pull it in.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Outside Murray. Pass to Misi. Outside Jones. Oh, he lost the grip and he missed the dunk. And here's the fast break. And Collins with the slam.
Yeah, when Collins gets up there like that, look out.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Pelicans. 4-point game. Pass to Murray. Misses from close range. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Pelicans ahead. They're up by 4. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Well, you know, C.J. McCollum has been really making an impact here, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Jazz trail by 4. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
So for New Orleans right now. Olynyk passes to Boston. Back to Olynyk. From deep. He can't get it to go.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And here is Williams. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Boston.
Jazz foul, Williams. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Jazz on D. They trail by 1. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. George passes to Williams. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
And Alvarado gets it to go. Alvarado's got his first 2 points. Jazz trail by 3. George outside. Pass to Filipowski for the tie. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. George has got 3 assists in the game.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
And Alvarado gets it to go.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
For Utah, they've gone 3 of 3 in the second half. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Pass to Mikhailuk. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's exactly how you make a statement. He pulls off a move we might not even see in the slam dunk contest.
You think he planned that one? I think it looked like he had one of those dunks that just kind of happens.
I agree. And there's just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
And here are the Pelicans now. Here's Boston. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with 1 hand. George drives in. Pass to Filipowski. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Pelicans have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break.
Big slam by Murphy. His teammates encourage him to be aggressive, to make plays like that.
And George with the jam.
Get up there, young fella. Sometimes as a point guard, you got to take it yourself.
Well, it's okay to be selfish when you can flush it like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
Pass to Alvarado from the arc. Sinks the tray. Alvarado's got 7 points.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
George for 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Now here's Alvarado. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Counted from distance. And now it's an 8-point New Orleans lead.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
1:10 left to play in the third quarter of basketball.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
They set the pick. And the layup is good off the glass. 9 points in the game.
Whew, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
George passes to Williams. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. And the layup falls. Williams has got 5 points in the quarter.
Getting the ball inside, usually a pretty good recipe.
Now Alvarado. He's got 9. Pass to Olynyk for 3. And again, it's New Orleans with a 3.
Olynyk showing some confidence now, and the big man is catching and firing.
Here's Mikhailuk. He's got 7. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Terrific effort from him really all night, yet despite his supreme marksmanship, they're still operating at a deficit.
Alvarado right side. There's the triple. No good. buzzer. And so it's New Orleans closing out the quarter with us. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. New Orleans leading by 7. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Clarkson the 2, and Markkanen is the 3. And it's Sexton in at the 1. That's the group for Utah right now. And Collins with the slam.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Brad, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. And the Pelicans going with a whole new group out there. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Willie Green coaching his team during that last break. He implored his team to use the clock. He said the clock is our friend. No need to rush things unless they give us a free one. Let's squeeze them out of this game. Back to you, Brian.
Thanks for that, Allie. For 3, Sexton. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Stolen by Kessler. On the wing, Sexton. Defended by Murray. Offensive board. Great positioning on the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
The Pelicans lead by 5. McCollum outside. They kick it out to Murray. Back to McCollum. Takes a 3. The rebound by Markkanen.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Sexton with it. He's picked up by Jones. Murray against Sexton. Markkanen outside. The 3 is up. Ooh, Markkanen confident from long range.
Just loves it. Loves to play like a guard and shoot it from the perimeter. Markkanen's bread and butter.
Here's McCollum. Cash money. Out of his 14 attempts, he's drained 9 of them.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
The shot's good.
0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Shot's good by McCollum.
Well, he's just so good as C.J. McCollum at when to put the ball down on the floor and penetrate to the inside.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Inside Markkanen with the size and power.
This is why Markkanen has the rock in his hands. This team wants him to take those big shots.
McCollum finds Murray. Tries the spin move. Pass to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. The rebound by the Jazz. Collins passes to Clarkson to tie it up. Kessler with it. Sexton with it to take the lead. Missed it there. He's 4 for 9 now. And so McCollum will bring it up for New Orleans. The lead is 2. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
McCollum against Sexton. Outside Murray. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock for 3. McCollum. McCollum with another miss. For Utah, they've gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Here's Collins going inside. And Collins with the slam.
Collins not the first option, but wow, stepping up.
New Orleans has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Yeah!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that. They're a huge possession, and he nets it.
Clarkson passes to Markkanen. 44 seconds left in the game. Inside, Kessler. Misi grabs the board.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And it's Utah with the ball.
They can't go empty on any of their possessions from here on out.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
McCollum outside. They kick it out to Murray. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
For the Pelicans, Niko. 2 shots.
And he ends up making the second. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Puts up a deep three. Tips it. And so the big win by New Orleans in a tight game. And they barely squeezed out. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. So alongside...
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me and top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back and the kiss you. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer.
Both teams look to move the ball around, stand to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percentage shots. It takes patience. It takes unselfishness.
It seems to be the most efficient way, doesn't it?
It does, especially against really good defenses.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. Now here's Collins. Clock at 6. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And the rejection by Holmgren. They get it back. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. Collins against Gilgeous-Alexander. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
Collins wide open. He fires. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Olreans.
Thanks, Kevin. Talked to Will Hardy a little while ago. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task. Guys?
Thank you, David. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Oklahoma City moving it around. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
This is why SGA is a focal point of his offense, because of that ability to score.
Marking in against Williams. Left side, Collins. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Dort passes to Holmgren. Banked in off the glass.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Here's Clarkson. He takes it in. Lays it up off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now, here's Holmgren. In transition, here come the Jazz. Gilgeous-Alexander against Sexton. Markkanen can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And for the Jazz, the last few seasons, coach, have been a period of rebuilding.
Yeah, it has, Kevin. You know they acquired a lot of draft capital when they traded Gobert and Mitchell. And they've since drafted a lot of young talent and still have plenty of picks to work with.
And the aggressiveness Sexton plays with is infectious. He motivates his teammates to play just as hard.
Now, here's Clarkson. Left side, Sexton. Marking in a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The Jazz with another miss. Oklahoma City trailing. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points in the game. Utah has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Collins dishes to Sexton. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Collins looking around. Williams with the steal. And here we go. Holmgren heading to the hoop. Williams passes to Hartenstein. Holmgren wide open. From outside, off the mark. And Sexton has it in the corner. Puts up a three. Knocks down the three ball. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Jazz lead by 2. Let's... And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
Sexton against Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren against Collins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Collins.
And that 7-foot frame of Holmgren makes him so difficult to guard.
And he can't hit the second. Utah trailing here. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break.
The Thunder leading by 4. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Williams. It's good from long range. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Sexton with the screen for Clarkson. That one good for 2.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. Down low, here's Hartenstein. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Hartenstein's got the lead up to 7 now for the Thunder. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
It's Williams with the drive. Oklahoma City moving it around. Holmgren with a screen on Clarkson. Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
The classic combo guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is effective in the two-man game, especially on that first option, taking it himself.
Clarkson for 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's George. And the three ball is good. And it's a 12-point Oklahoma City lead.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get...
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
One of the most explosive young bigs we have. Collins quick off the floor and gets creative at the rim.
Stolen by Kessler. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. No good on the triple.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Sexton on the wing. Markkanen sets the pick for Sexton. No good on the three.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Dort passes to Hartenstein. Clarkson with the ball. He's picked up by Holmgren. Collins, good.
And let the big man eat. It's clear that Collins loves getting these kinds of scoring opportunities.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Sexton against Gilgeous-Alexander. For the three. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Sexton on the wing. Launches it. Good on the three-point shot. Now just a 5-point Thunder lead.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Thunder out in front, up 5. From Delta Center, back in a moment.
And please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. They're thinking about the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
We've got George. Filipowski's out there with Williams. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. Outside Williams. And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, Oklahoma City. Here's Mikhailuk. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Going inside. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Mitchell. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside, George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first.
You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process for him.
Boy, a guy like that, coach, has got to be fun to coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you're looking for.
Offensive rebound. That one doesn't drop. Jazz trail by 3. Stolen by Mitchell. Williams with the ball. Williams picks him up. Williams kicks to Caruso. And the foul's on Mikhailuk. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Williams from outside. Utah with the rebound. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside, George. Pass to Filipowski. 5 on the clock. Shot from 12. Rebounded by Joe. The Thunder leading by 3. It's Williams, high post. Still scoreless. The Thunder with another miss. The Jazz shooting 43% for the game. Here's Mikhailuk, defended by Caruso. Filipowski passes to Williams for the tie. Can't hit that one. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Joe finds Caruso. Back to Joe. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Williams inside the line. Kept alive. Tries yet again. And it's blocked. Fast break. Here we go. Rebound by Mitchell. Oklahoma City has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Joe. Sinks the three-pointer. Joe's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. We've got some talented defensive big men in the league today, Coach. But in your opinion, who would you say is the best rim protector?
Well, Kevin, I would have said Rudy Gobert because people didn't even want to go to the rim and challenge him. Right. Anthony Davis is great. But I'm telling you, the young guy, Victor Wembanyama, I think is the best we've got now.
Isn't he something else, Dan? We've never seen anything like him.
We never have, and I'm not sure we ever will again.
Wow. Pass to Williams. Back to Joe. .106 left in the third. Back to Williams. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And now an 8-point Oklahoma City lead. For Utah, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Here's the screen. Here's Williams. And the slam by Williams.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Shots good by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Hendricks passes to Filipowski. George against Mitchell. Yep, that one goes. George has got 4 points this quarter.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Williams sends a screen for Caruso. Pass to Williams. Here's Joe. He's guarded by Williams. Joe passes to Mitchell. Fires the 3. Cranes the three-pointer. Mitchell's got 7 points. George looking around. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And so... Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Jazz trail by 6. So the Thunder 5 right now. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. Sexton with a screen on Williams. 4 on the clock. Three-pointer Marketing. It's Rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Collins grabs the miss.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Marking in a screen on Holmgren. Here's Collins. And they get it back. Sexton for 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
Clarkson with the screen for Sexton. And here's Clarkson. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And sometimes we forget about Clarkson's vertical. He's more than happy to remind us on those throwdowns.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with the screen on Clarkson. Hartenstein finds Williams. That one drops for him. 7 points here for Jalen Williams. Collins with it. Dort covering. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And they're on the break. Goes up. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain him.
There's the 3. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Sexton.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And that's now 10 points for Williams.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Inside, Williams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
6 to shoot.
A bigger guard. Clarkson can match up with multiple positions, and he's improved his consistency at that end.
On the wing, Williams. Pass to Holmgren. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, all you can ask for is you guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And boy, it just seems like they are blocking everything. All throughout this game, they have just wreaked havoc defensively.
From deep, Williams. Rebound collected by Clarkson.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And pressure doesn't get to Collins. Baskets like that prove how locked in he is.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Clarkson. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Clarkson finds Kessler. Outside Collins. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
They have to be careful with the ball.
Collins, a screen on George. Sexton for 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. They've held a 12-point lead early. 27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The Thunder with another miss. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the jam. Trailing by 5. They get it back. Outside for Sexton. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And there's the call on John Collins. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the quick three. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that about wraps it up. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Hart.